You can distract yourself for hours on end, but it always comes back, usually when you least expect it. A feeling just hits you. Out of nowhere, you take stock of your life and notice a nagging, inescapable sense of dissatisfaction. From the outside, everything looks fine. You keep up a good front and manage to make ends meet somehow because you assume you are the only one struggling. You look at the mess inside your head and conclude that you are uniquely broken, scrambling to hide it from a world that seems perfectly put together. This heavy sense of everything caving in remains a persistent undercurrent, surviving long after your temporary distractions have worn off. Now and then, you do stumble into a break from it. You land a great new job. You fall in love. Your team wins the championship. For a brief window, the humdrum fades. Life takes on a rich, vibrant clarity, and you convince yourself that you have finally arrived. You think, okay, I made it. I'm going to be happy now. Then, like smoke in the wind, that feeling fades too. You are left with a memory of the high and a thick layer of sensory cotton, a barrier that keeps you from actually touching life. You drop right back to the bottom of the emotional roller coaster. This cyclical failure proves that external milestones are an unreliable strategy for achieving permanent peace. This secret fear is a universal human malady. It infects every one of us, regardless of who we are. This diagram maps out our condition like a central monster inside all of us, branching out with multiple arms. Those arms show up in our lives as chronic tension, a lack of genuine compassion for the people closest to us, and a heavy emotional deadness. It creates a constant wordless voice at the back of your head. It sits beneath every thought, whispering that you aren't good enough yet. You have to have more. You have to be better. It shrinks your world down to a relentless drive for the next thing. We rarely address this directly. Instead, we build our entire culture around hiding from it, burying ourselves in endless projects, arbitrary goals, and social status. No one is immune to this systemic tension. Because we collectively deny its existence, the monster only strengthens its grip on the individual. You can spot the symptoms everywhere once you know what to look for. Go to a party. Listen to the brittle laughter. Nobody is actually relaxing. They are performing. It is a thin veneer of fun stretched tight over a massive reservoir of social pressure and fear. Or go to a ball game. Look at the fan in the stands, screaming until their face turns red, completely consumed by an irrational fit of anger over a referee's call. We excuse this behavior by calling it team spirit or loyalty, but it is actually uncontrolled frustration bubbling up. It is a desperate attempt by people who are deeply unsettled to vent their internal tension. You see the same variations on the nightly news, and you hear it in the lyrics of popular songs. We surround ourselves with an endless feedback loop that glorifies jealousy, stress, and discontent. This creates the if-only syndrome. We tie our hopes to conditional changes, the right amount of money, the perfect weight, or a specific luxury purchase, assuming these will finally satisfy us. These outlets are ineffective coping mechanisms. Whether we choose aggression or consumerism, we remain fundamentally disconnected from ourselves. So where does all this junk come from? If the outside world can't fix it, where is the origin point for this relentless dissatisfaction? Our internal experience is built on a deep, pervasive set of mental habits, an invisible architecture that remains intact regardless of external success. This diagram represents those habits as a Gordian knot. It is a dense, tangled structure of reactions and anxieties that we have actively built up, piece by piece, over the course of our entire lives. Because this knot is structural, woven directly into how you perceive the world, external milestones are powerless to dismantle it. You cannot buy or achieve your way out of a mental architecture. Deconstructing this knot requires reverse engineering our habits. We tune our awareness, isolate one thread of anxiety, and slowly pull it loose. We dredge up unconscious behaviors, bringing them into the light. We make the unconscious conscious, piece by piece. As those threads straighten out, the sensory cotton melts away. You finally get to step off the emotional roller coaster and touch life fully, experiencing the world with newfound authenticity. The quiet, steady work of untangling our own minds produces the lasting clarity we've been searching for. Satisfying life begins here, with the deliberate unraveling of the habits within.